First episode begins with a flashback to Vought in 1967. A man barrels down the corridors as his colleagues inject themselves with Compound V in a lab. Upon seeing that the door to the lab is locked, the man smashes the window in said door with a fire extinguisher. He breathlessly asks his colleagues how they feel. Suddenly, the men react violently to the substance. One vomits blood profusely. Another's skin melts off his face. Yet another man bursts into flames, knocking vials of Compound V onto the ground. The lab now engulfed in the fire. The first man reaches for the fire alarm. Unfortunately, he passes out before he can do this. The camera pans to his ID badge. We see this is Dr. Thomas Godolkin, founder of Godolkin University. Later, in the present, Dean Cypher spearheads a commercial for God U. In addition to being persuasive material to get soups to enroll, it also serves as propaganda, specifically for Homelander and his home teamers. The commercial also informs us that Kate and Sam are now number 1 and number 2 in the school rankings, respectively. Elsewhere, at Elmyra Adult Rehabilitation Center, Jordan sits in their cell. They switch to their male form after tapping their head against the wall. A handful of guards push them into a van. They reunite with Emma. Emma and Jordan wonder if this is it. Vought's going to kill them. However, they arrive at God U. Kate greets them. She reveals that she fought to get the gang out of Elmyra. They should be thrilled. She asks about Andre before Jordan invites her to read their mind. Naturally, she's shocked to learn about his death. She claims she didn't mean for any of this to happen. Suddenly, Stacy, head of student life, bombards Jordan and Emma with the news that they must address the press before moving back in. Jordan asks what would happen if they refuse. Stacy reminds them that they could return to Elmyra if they so wish. So Jordan, now in their female form, and Emma bite the bullet. They venture on stage for a press conference where their parents await them. Emma locks eyes with Sam, who's also there with Kate. Jordan reads a response prepared for them from a teleprompter. They tell the press that Vought has exonerated our crew. Based on this response, the Guardians of Godolkin, Marie, Andre, Jordan, and Emma, freed the captives from the woods. One journalist asks about Marie and Andre. Where are they? Stacy puts the kibosh on the conference. Jordan confronts Kate regarding Marie. It's been months since she escaped Elmyra. Kate claims she doesn't know where she is. She insists there was a plan in place to free them all if Marie and Andre had waited. Before Kate can finish that sentence, Jordan punches her. Later, Cypher addresses the student body. Cypher asserts he's there to whip Godolkin University into shape. He wants the soups to reach their full potential. After all, they're better than humans and the race traders like Starlight. Jordan realizes they recognize Cypher from Elmyra. After this, Jordan and Emma sit in the latter's dorm room. Jordan reveals what they recalled, that Cypher visited Elmyra several times. Maybe he was a doctor there. Emma admits she couldn't dig up much on the new dean. He doesn't have an online presence. Emma wants to tell Polarity about Andre. Jordan believes that she shouldn't get involved. Meanwhile, Kate meets with Cypher in the dean's office. Cypher's blending chicken and other questionable ingredients for his lunch. Kate demands to know why Cypher didn't tell her about Andre's death. If he won't get honest with her, she will go to Homelander. Cypher grabs Kate's hand and threatens to stick it in the running blender if she doesn't fall in line. He reminds her that she answers to him, not the other way around. Kate apologizes profusely. Later, we see Marie on the run. She wanders into a convenience store and grabs snacks and a burner phone. She's a few dollars short. A good Samaritan, Daniel, offers to cover the difference. At a nearby motel, Marie pretends to be different people while calling various shelters and children's homes in search of Annabeth. Unfortunately, her search is fruitless. The following day, Marie sees Daniel and his friends, who are Starlighters, get assaulted by home teamers. She steps in to defend the Starlighters and fights the home teamers, unsurprisingly overpowering them. Daniel thanks her. She claims she was never here. Next, Emma knocks on Polarity's door. When he doesn't answer, she ventures inside. She ascends the stairs to the basement. Polarity launches a chair at the wall, not realizing she's there. He already knows about Andre. Naturally, he's grieving. He asks Emma to leave him alone. Emma reveals that Cypher was at Elmyra. Now, he's the dean at God U. Something's afoot, and Polarity has the pull to find out what. Polarity refuses to get involved and urges Emma to steer clear of all this. Then, a soup called Dognot sniffs out Marie's scent at that same convenience store. The cashier fawns over him. Jordan, in their male form, punches Black Hole, a soup whose power lies in his butthole. Justine chats with Emma, who's not having it. She pushes Justine across the room. Sam asks Emma why she's upset. Emma flips the question back on him. Why is he so chill all of a sudden, especially after what he and Kate did? Andre's dead because of them. Sam confronts Kate, asking for confirmation that Andre is dead. He starts spiraling. He's thinking about how much blood they shed during the campus massacre. Kate touches his face, alleviating his panic. She compels him into a state of pleasant numbness. So, that's why he's a walking zombie. Emma storms into the bathroom after her emotional encounter with Sam. Suddenly, she shrinks. Emma attempts to calm her nervous system so she will revert to her normal size. Next, we see her playing beer pong as Little Cricket while in the figurine's clothes. Someone launches her into a cup of beer. Meanwhile, Dognot tracks Marie to her motel room. They get into a brutal brawl. Marie utilizes her blood to strangle Dognot. She also attempts to drown him in the toilet. Just when he's about to stab her, a burst of light sends him flying into the bathroom and knocks him unconscious. It's Annie January, aka Starlight. Outside Marie's motel room, Annie tells her that being on the lam sucks. It ain't fun. Marie can't be on the run forever. So, Annie encourages Marie to re-enroll at God U. She reveals that Dr. Thomas Godolkin, the college's founder, initiated a program called Project Odessa. Annie surmises that said project could be why he founded the school in the first place. Now, someone's restarting it. Annie would like Marie to learn why. Marie wants nothing to do with Vought, though. Her sole objective is to find her sister. Elsewhere, Emma watches a TikTok of the bloody aftermath of Marie's fight with the home teamers. She steals one partygoer's phone and carries it to Jordan while in Little Cricket form. Jordan, in their female form, watches the TikTok. After this, Emma returns to her normal size. She notes that the geotag on the TikTok is Weehawken. That's only 40 minutes from God U. She orders an Uber with said partygoer's phone. Jordan objects to this. Marie left them all behind. She didn't come back to save them. Why seek her out? Jordan is clearly hurt by Marie's actions. The conversation pivots to Andre. Emma tearfully remarks that Andre was the first person to truly believe in her. She's going to find Marie. Jordan gives chase. We see Kate eavesdropping on their conversation. Then, Polarity opens his laptop and types in the Godolkin University URL. He sees the photo of Cypher on the homepage. The wheels are turning. After this, Jordan and Emma finally reunite with Marie outside the convenience store. They tell her that Andre is dead. Jordan explains that after Marie escaped, Andre realized there was a way out. He found a maintenance pipe. Andre urged the others to join him. However, those at Elmyra stuffed the pipe. Andre couldn't move the material within. Then management put up a steel door. Andre also couldn't move that. He died from the effort. Jordan claims that Andre wanted to be like Marie, a hero. Suddenly, Kate pops up. Emma and Jordan insist that they didn't bring Kate along. She followed them. Marie knows all about the deals Jordan and Emma took to rematriculate at God U. Kate reads Marie's mind, learning that she met Starlight. Kate urges Marie to disclose this to the powers that be at the school. Otherwise, withholding this information could be to their detriment. Kate approaches Marie. Interpreting this as an attack, Jordan, in their female form, sends a sonic blast at Kate. She flies backward, smacking her head on the wall of the convenience store before falling on the ground. Her head bleeds profusely. Shocked, Jordan insists they didn't mean to harm her. Marie kneels beside Kate, who's bleeding out. She attempts to heal the head wound, but it's too much. Kate calls out to Emma, who stands there in silence. Kate closes her eyes. Assuming they killed her, Marie and Jordan grab Emma and hightail it out of there. Second episode begins with Marie recording a TikTok in a laundromat. It's a PR move to rehabilitate her image before returning to God U. Emma coaches her, remarking on how tense she is. Jordan, in their male form, seems apathetic. Emma insists that school is the safest place for Marie right now. Fame is her defense. Students on campus watch her TikTok where she claims her healing is complete and that she's thrilled that her name is cleared. Next, Cypher sits with Marie in his office. He sees right through her feigned joyfulness. Cypher knows Marie saw him at Elmyra. Marie asks the new dean what he was doing there. Cypher evades the question, turning the attention back on her. Marie asks about Andre. Cypher states that Andre had what polarity has: neural microtears whenever he used his powers. Cypher believes Andre knew what would have happened while trying to move the steel door. Cypher fetches Andre's file and gives it to her, encouraging her to read it. The conversation turns to the attack on Kate. Cypher claims she survived the attack and is convalescing in the hospital. This raises Marie's eyebrows. Cypher doesn't disclose this outright, but it's clear he knows that Marie and her friends are the culprits. Later, Sam watches Firecracker's news segment from her show about Kate's attack. Marie, Jordan, and Emma walk past him. He makes eye contact with Emma. Naturally, our trio is panicking that Kate is alive. She could easily put a target on their backs. Marie adds that Cypher seemingly knows the truth. Emma suggests they finish the job. Marie is vehemently against this. Sam visits Kate in her hospital room as the nurses attend to her. He asks Kate about the perpetrator. In her sleep, Kate uses one of the nurses as a conduit to communicate with Sam. She claims that they left her to die. "Emma, help me," the nurse says before she whirls around and stabs the other nurse in the eye. Next, Cypher welcomes Polarity to the Godolphin University faculty. He shows Polarity to the latter's office before offering his condolences regarding Andre. Elsewhere, Emma attends an influencer course with Modesty Monarch, who pushes her weird tradwife, far-right views onto her students. She encourages them to record a TikTok with their reactions to Kate's attack, branding it for their respective audiences. Emma rolls her eyes and finds common ground with Greg, a cute boy in the class. After this, Marie records another TikTok, focusing on Kate's attack. She tells her followers that she admires Kate's strength. Jordan, in their female form, looks through the files Cypher gave Marie. Jordan believes that if Andre were sick, he would have told the group. Marie thinks it's real. Marie apologizes for everything, for leaving them behind at Elmyra. Jordan fires back that apologizing doesn't change anything. Marie counters that lashing out at her is useless too. Stacy pops by to chat with Jordan and Marie. She hands Marie her ID and orientation materials before remarking that both students are about to be late for the Hero Optimization Seminar with Cypher. Later, Cypher chats with those selected for the seminar, including Marie and Jordan. He claims he handpicked them because they're the best of the best, the strongest God you. So he wants to further hone their powers, see them soar beyond unimaginable heights. This course will help them understand their abilities, where they originate in the body, and why. But first, a test. All the students have to do is push the button on the other side of the room. That opens the door and ends the seminar for the day. However, they must get past Vikor, a massive, Viking-looking dude. Vikor takes out everyone except Jordan and Marie. It's a bloodbath. While Marie uses her powers to squeeze Vikor's heart inside his chest, Jordan sees an opening to push the button. Cypher congratulates them. Marie realizes that this seminar only exists to push students dangerously beyond their limits. After this, Tess hands Emma pills she paid for. Polarity notices the pills. They head to Polarity's office. Polarity tells Emma she's right. Something's going on. Emma confirms that Cypher was at Elmyra. Nobody knows who he is or what his powers are. She mentions Project Odessa. Polarity is rightfully irate. He knows it's not a coincidence that the only one who didn't make it out of Elmyra alive was a black man. He did everything he could to protect Andre. Polarity asks about Project Odessa. Emma states that Starlight wanted Marie to look into it. It's the reason Godolphin exists. After the seminar, Marie and Jordan return to the former's dorm room. They sit together on the bed. Marie apologizes again for escaping without her friends. She blames herself, claiming that if she hadn't left, Andre might still be alive. Jordan reassures her that it's not her fault. The conversation turns into kissing. Meanwhile, Polarity reunites with the Rememberer, telling the latter he's the new Associate Dean of Marketing and that Emma is his TA. They're researching Thomas Godolphin. The rememberer remarks that the last time they saw each other was May 21st, 2005. Polarity wasn't very nice to him. Polarity apologizes for that encounter. Emma realizes who the rememberer is before shaking his hand. She claims she used to watch reruns of his show every day after school. Emma adds that she was him for Halloween when she was 12. Her fangirling works on the rememberer. After reminiscing about his now canceled show, the rememberer informs them that normally they need special clearance to access the school archives. However, he will make an exception for a fan. The rememberer ushers Polarity and Emma into a room with stacks of boxes and filing cabinets. He leaves them to their research. Elsewhere, the Deep is at his old stomping grounds, the frat house, to usher the pledges into Pledge Week. The Deep sees Sam looking forlorn in the corner. Sam asks the Deep if they know who attacked Kate. The Deep insists that Homelander is on the case. However, Sam quickly gets confirmation that Emma was somehow involved, namely from the guy whose phone she stole at the kegger. Emma notes that there's a secret room in the archives. She and Polarity access it. Inside, they find a ton of Nazi accoutrements. Emma finds a folder full of birth certificates related to Project Odessa. They're all marked deceased in red letters. Next, Emma remarks that she knows what Odessa is before she transforms into Giant Cricket. The rememberer walks into the room to find Giant Cricket and Polarity. Meanwhile, Sam confronts Emma. He reveals his visit to Kate was quite fruitful. He knows she was there when Kate was attacked. Emma insists she has no idea what Sam's talking about. Sam insists that Marie, Jordan, and Emma returning to school the day after Kate's hospitalization is no coincidence. Emma counters that Kate is the reason our heroes were shipped off to Elmyra. She initiated the Godolkin massacre. She's also been manipulating Sam. After this, Marie and Jordan venture outside to see the campus in full-on celebratory mode. Fireworks explode all around them. One student informs our couple that they've caught Kate's attackers. Marie and Jordan watch a news segment featuring Daniel, the Good Samaritan who helped Marie, and a starlighter. His dead body is under a sheet on the ground. Vought makes Daniel the scapegoat, wrongfully accusing him and his starlighter friends of attacking Kate. Emma arrives with the Project Odessa files. She tells Marie that Marie's Project Odessa. She's the only child who survived, the only birth certificate in those files without the deceased marker. Elsewhere, Cypher visits Kate in her hospital room. She's awake, looking around the space in shock at the bloody aftermath of her inadvertent compulsion. A doctor lies on the floor, a syringe protruding from his eye. Cypher asks Kate what she got into. Third episode begins with a young woman dreading going to work inside God U. She's human and works as the cafeteria staff, bullied and tormented by the soups. The episode then moves to Marie, Emma, and Jordan at Polarity's house, where they discuss the files from the archive library. Marie tells the team that she will be meeting Pam, the woman in the photo, who happens to be a friend of her parents and her sister's foster mother. Polarity checks on Emma, wondering if she's okay. Emma reassures him and reveals that she no longer needed to binge eat or purge anymore, as she had mental health issues contributing to her shrinking and sizing up. Marie and Jordan, though, are walking on eggshells around each other after what happened the night before. Elsewhere, the students cheerfully welcome Kate back at God U after the vicious attack on him. Stacy takes Kate to the hero optimization class, where Marie is asked to prove herself to Cypher by defeating a fellow student. Cypher claims that the soups are lower in number, and they need to make the most productive use of their powers if they want to win against the large number of humans. In private, Cypher challenges Marie to use her powers without harming herself. Meanwhile, Justine breaks up with Sam, who has started acting differently all over again. He starts listening to voices in his head in Kate's absence. Jordan tells Marie that she is probably the chosen one and that Cypher is trying to unleash her maximum potential, which could make her useful to Vought. Marie tries to clear the air with Jordan and reveals that they're the first person she's had sex with. Jordan finds it odd that Marie confessed her feelings and leaves. Marie finds herself at Pam's house next, where she talks to her about her late parents and her sister. Stacy starts putting up photos of Jordan all over the campus to celebrate their popularity spurt to #1 on social media. She asks them to start endorsing different products on their social media and to follow the Vought narrative about them. Kate confronts Cypher about having to face Marie, Jordan, and Emma after they attacked her. Cypher asks Kate to maintain the narrative that Vought had suggested because involving Homelander in this would force him to look into Kate, who's suffering from neural issues after the accident. He claims Homelander will discover that she's not fit to be a soup and subsequently be kicked out of God U, let alone be a part of the Seven. Emma tries to help the cafeteria server and tries to find the soup who is bullying her too. She stumbles into the boys' changing room and somehow manages to catch the soup, who happens to be Harper. Emma is shocked to learn that Harper can mimic other soups' abilities, and even more so when Harper makes better use of her abilities. Harper asks Emma to keep the news from Justine, who would label her as an activist. Coincidentally, Sam seeks Kate to help him calm the voices in his head. Kate refuses to help him owing to her accident. Sam gets violent and starts breaking things, destroying the dorms. Jordan tries to calm him down, and together they smoke pot. Marie's conversation with Pam is awkward and dismissive to begin with. The woman tells Marie that she was conceived at a fertility clinic because she was born via IVF, and her sister, Annabeth, was born naturally despite her parents not being able to conceive. Marie feels insecure, but finds a photo of Cypher holding Marie in one of the photos that Pam shows her. Pam reveals that Cypher was the doctor who delivered her. Marie peeks into Annabeth's room and sees traces of her recent visit to Pam's house. She blames Pam for keeping the truth about her sister's visit from her. Pam tells Marie that she's traumatized after what Marie did to their parents. Marie argues that she's the real victim because she was drugged by her parents against her will when she was an infant. Marie blames Pam for making her feel that she's a monster and for making Annabeth hate her for no fault of her own. Meanwhile, Emma asks to join the activist group with Harper and her roommate, Allie. Emma tells the two that there's something big they could do to God U and Vought, other than just spray painting on the walls. She wants to sabotage Vought. Cypher gives a speech to all the students about the importance of retaining their ranking system. Jordan finds Marie and confesses their feelings for her. Marie kisses her in response, but just then, Jordan is invited on stage to be celebrated for their #1 ranking. Jordan starts with Stacy's PR written speech, but shapeshifts into their female form. They tell the students how Andre died and speaks out about how Vought murdered the soups. They come clean about attacking Kate. Fourth episode begins with Haley Miller reporting that Jordan has lied about attacking Kate. Kate corroborates this with a video of her own as she lies about being attacked by Starlighters and not Jordan. Jordan's public image is tarnished. Jordan and Marie are called to Cypher's office, where they meet God U's new marketing representative, Seth. Now, Cypher and Seth tell Jordan and Marie that they are using the incident to pit the two soups against each other as a publicity stunt. Marie will then use her powers to fight Jordan and take them down. Marie refuses, as she's not powerful enough to do this. Cypher tells the two that they have no way out and threatens to send Emma back to Elmyra. In private, Marie tells Jordan that they have no choice but to agree, as they still don't have any idea about Project Odessa. Cypher is the only possible person who can help them. Marie suggests they use Kate to help them, as she's dealing with her own issues involving Cypher. Jordan and Emma are hesitant but agree. Later, Emma goes to meet Harper and Allie, where she subsequently meets Allie's brother, Greg. She asks the three to join forces with her in trying to sabotage the fight between Marie and Jordan as a sign of protest. Meanwhile, Marie and Jordan meet Kate and convince her to work with them. Marie meets Cypher for a solo training session, while Jordan and Kate visit his house to find something they can use against him. At Cypher's place, the duo find an old man inside a hyperbaric chamber. Cypher helps Marie use her powers better and asks her to make a live goat levitate. Marie fails and ends up killing the goat, but notices that Cypher does not have any compound Vive in his system and concludes that he is human. Marie tells Kate, Jordan and Emma all about her findings. Jordan and Kate reveal that Cypher is hiding a hyperbaric chamber in his house. Marie suggests that Kate use her powers on Cypher, but she reveals that she's lost her powers after Jordan attacked her and is no longer able to control people's minds. Cypher asks Kate to meet him after watching her and Jordan breaking and entering his house via security cameras. Marie asks Kate to go meet Cypher before the fight and record him confessing that he's not a soup, but a human being. Emma offers to take the camera inside the booth that Cypher is going to be sitting at. Later that evening, Marie and Jordan get ready for the fight, while there is loud booing outside for Jordan. Marie tries to reassure them and tells Jordan she loves them. At the same time, Emma takes Harper, Ally, and Greg to the sewer room. Greg keeps watch, while Harper and Ally turn the water faucet off to help Little Cricket. Emma get into the sewer that leads to the toilet in the booth Cypher was at. She places the camera on the table and leaves, while Kate tries to talk to Cypher. Kate confronts Cypher about being a human and tries to get him to confess so that Emma and the others can record this. Marie and Jordan get inside the ring to fight, but Marie kisses them instead. The crowd boos at both Marie and Jordan when Cypher tells Kate how naive she is to believe that he has no powers. He catches the camera and mocks Kate for trying to trick him. He then uses his powers to control Jordan, who attacks Marie. Marie tries to stop Jordan from killing her and makes them levitate in the air. Cypher is relieved to see Marie channel her true energy, and he stops controlling Jordan. Fifth episode begins with a flashback to 1 month ago, featuring Dean Cypher. He goes about his day, picking flowers outside his cottage on campus and caring for her very elderly, very burned father. While giving his dad a bath, Sister Sage pops by for a visit. She gifts Cypher with a garden gnome after poking fun at his generic taste in classical music. Then they have sex on the toilet while Crispy Daddy watches from the bathtub. In the present, Marie and Jordan emerge from the ring after the fight. Marie reunites with Jordan in the locker room. Jordan throws a chair into the lockers in frustration. They explain that they could feel Cypher controlling them. It's like being in the back seat of a car, but the car is your mind. They were also afraid that they would kill Marie with Cypher at the wheel. Cypher slithers into the locker room. He informs Marie that they're to continue their training sessions. She declares she's not doing anything with him. Cypher urges her to reconsider. Doesn't she want to learn more about Project Odessa? Then, Cypher tells our pair that Kate is at Elmyra. He sent her there after the stunt she pulled with the camera and her attempt to extract information from him. After all, sitting on his hands would make him look weak. At the same time, Kate arrives at Elmyra. The guards order her to strip down. They remove her wig and her prosthetic arm. Before one guard slips a collar around her neck that inhibits her abilities, Kate touches his arm and compels him to kill everyone else in the room. However, her powers are still on the fritz, so the man tases himself in the junk instead. Kate seizes the opportunity to escape, but more guards are waiting for her. They put the collar on her. Later, Sam arrives at his parents' house. He invites himself in. Suddenly, his mother, Janet, and father, Ted, sneak into the kitchen as he helps himself to some food. Ted threatens to call the police before realizing it's Sam. Sam apologizes for destroying the front door, noting he probably should have called first. His father embraces him. Meanwhile, Emma drinks to Kate's imprisonment at Elmyra. Marie insists they should save her, though. She remarks that Emma never left her cell, even when the guards gave her permission. Jordan cried themselves to sleep every night. If anyone knows how horrible Elmyra is, it's our trio. Marie also expresses regret in not returning to save her friends after she fled. Perhaps Andre would still be alive. Jordan reassures her that to do so would have been a suicide mission. After artful persuasion on Marie's part, Jordan and Emma are team save Kate. They draw a map of Elmyra and plot their ingress. Emma observes that they will need someone extra strong to lend a hand. Elsewhere, Sam and Ted watch a VOD-approved cartoon while eating cereal. Emma calls him. She asks for his help in breaking Kate out of Elmyra. However, Sam declines, citing that Emma was right. Kate is bad news. He wishes her luck. Then Jordan, Marie, and Emma pack up the car. Then, Ted brings Sam a box of his childhood belongings. Sam's disappointed that all his stuff has been condensed to one box. His parents forgot all about him. Ted reveals that Vought told them he was dead. They even had a funeral for him. After that, they lost Luke. Janet wouldn't speak for a year. When they saw Sam on the news following the Godolkin massacre, Vought backtracked, claiming there was an identification error. His parents tried to call and visit him, but Vought stated that Sam didn't want to see them. Suddenly, Sam spies Janet outside in the yard, talking on the phone. He races out there and grabs it. He smashes the phone in his hand. Sam accuses Janet of calling Vought to transport him back to campus. He believes she's working for them. He also accuses his parents of pumping him full of an experimental drug, Compound V, that broke his brain. Janet insists she was ordering a pizza. Ted approaches him slowly, attempting to pacify him. Sam pushes him across the yard, smacking him quite hard in the chest. Janet stoops over Ted. She orders Sam to stay away from them. Later, Marie, Jordan, and Emma arrive at Elmyra. They scale the wall, making a beeline for the roof. Unfortunately, their point of ingress is no longer an option. The maintenance chute is now full of concrete. Then, what appears to be a grenade rolls toward our crew. It emits some kind of gas that knocks them unconscious. When they wake up, they're in the signature Elmyra orange jumpsuits with the complementary power-inhibiting collar. Kate sees Emma in the cell across from her. Emma shares that this was supposed to be Kate's rescue mission. Kate is incredulous. Why would they save her after everything she did to them? Emma insists it doesn't matter anymore. Cypher watches our heroes via security cameras. Sage pops in. Cypher greets Vought's newest CEO. Sage reminds him that Ashley Barrett is in no condition to lead the company now. He tells her about pushing Marie in particular to the brink. Earlier, she admitted to her friends that she felt stronger after the fight. Now Cypher hopes to take that further. Marie's potential is limitless. Sage encourages him to switch things up. He can't expect to get results by implementing the same methods as before. The conversation pivots to Cypher fulfilling his plan. They're running out of time. Cypher remarks that Homelander won't like knowing that someone is stronger than him. Marie could certainly rise through the ranks as the most powerful soup ever to exist. Sage claims that Homelander's feelings don't matter. They're both about to get everything they want. Meanwhile, Kate tries to dissuade Emma from vomiting into the bucket between her legs. Emma discloses that the people in her life thought she had an eating disorder. Emma would brush this off. She insisted she needed to puke to engage her power, to shrink and to grow in size. She admits she might actually have an eating disorder. Emma fears she won't be able to stop, though. Then, Kate removes one of the stitches in her head and uses it to unlock her collar. Meanwhile, Cypher visits Marie, standing outside her cell. Jordan, in their female form, orders Cypher to get down to brass tacks. What does he want from Marie? What is Project Odessa? Stop beating around the bush. Cypher tries to threaten Jordan again. However, they refuse to let him get inside their head. They state that Cypher is constantly in pain. They could feel it when he hijacked their mind. Cypher denies this, but Jordan clearly struck a nerve. Cypher releases Marie. He shows her where Andre died, claiming he thought she would like to pay tribute, as it were. Then, Cypher takes Marie to a cell. Inside is none other than Annabeth. Naturally, both sisters are bewildered. If Marie complies, she and Annabeth can walk out of Elmyra. Once Marie returns to campus, she and Cypher will resume training. Cypher insults Marie, and she attempts to lash out at him. However, the guards here administered an anticoagulant, making it difficult for her to use her own blood as a weapon. After Cypher sends Marie back to her cell, another guard finds an unconscious Kate on the floor. When he kneels before her, Kate touches him, ordering him to hand over the keys. However, Homeboy stabs himself in the eye with said keys. Kate pulls out the keys and removes the eyeball before unlocking her collar and her cell. Then she frees Emma. Emma and Kate make their way to Marie and Jordan, freeing them as well. Jordan, in their male form, remarks that it's strange that no guards attempted to stop Emma and Kate. Perhaps this is a test of sorts. What if this is what Cypher wants? Marie shares that her sister is here. They're not leaving without Annabeth. Finally, everyone arrives at Annabeth's cell. However, Annabeth lies in a pool of her own blood, her throat slit. She's dead. Refusing to accept this reality, Marie incorporates Cypher's trick about cells. She connects with the cells in the blood of Jordan, Emma, and Kate. Everyone's noses begin to bleed, including Marie's and Annabeth's. Marie closes her eyes and focuses. Her friends clutch their heads in pain, begging her to stop. We see the slash in Annabeth's throat slowly close. Then her eyes fly open. Annabeth gasps for air. Marie literally brought someone back from the dead. Next, we see Marie breaking Annabeth out of Elmyra with Kate, Jordan, Emma, and Sam's help. After fighting off guards, they escape in a van. Marie explains that Cypher's training helped her revive Annabeth, but her sister panics upon realizing she died. Marie tries to calm her and decides to contact Polarity for help. Meanwhile, Cypher loses control after learning of Marie's escape, lashing out at his father's corpse in frustration. The group hides in an abandoned school, scavenging for supplies. Jordan tells Marie she's among the most powerful supes, and Marie admits her feelings for them. Sam and Emma share a tense moment when Sam learns about Emma's online friend, Greg. Marie confronts Annabeth about her secret powers, visions of the future she can't control, leading to a fight between the sisters. Kate overhears and begins to empathize with Marie. Elsewhere, Cypher visits Polarity, demanding he convince Marie to return to training, promising freedom for the others. Polarity refuses, and Cypher manipulates him to learn the group's location. As Marie tries to comfort Annabeth during another panic attack, a soup known as the Viking attacks. During the fight, a mysterious girl kills the Viking, revealed to be Zoe, daughter of Victoria Newman. Her grandfather, Stan Edgar, appears and offers Marie's group shelter in a secret underground facility. At the safe house, Stan explains Project Odessa, an experiment by Thomas Godolkin to create ultra-powerful soups. He reveals only 2 successes, Homelander and Marie. Stan admits Cypher revived Godolkin's research after a fire supposedly killed him, but his body was never found. The group realizes the man in Cypher's chamber may be Godolkin himself. Stan then privately tells Marie she might be powerful enough to stop Homelander. Cypher, now desperate, vows to purify the soup population by eliminating the weak. Polarity finally fights back, attacking Cypher and throwing him out of his house. The episode ends with Marie secretly leaving Stan's hideout, followed by Kate, who pleads for Marie to heal her. Next, Annabeth sees terrifying vision of Marie lying dead in a pool of blood. She wakes Jordan, and they discover both Marie and Kate are gone. Meanwhile, Marie and Kate arrive at Cypher's home, where Marie refuses to heal her friend, still unable to trust her. Inside, they find Polarity gravely ill. Marie uses her blood powers to stabilize him, miraculously curing his condition. Cypher, hiding in God-used training room with the still-living Godolkin, watches the cameras excitedly as Marie enters his home. Marie tells Polarity that Godolkin may hold the key to stopping Homelander. Polarity insists she heal Kate, but Marie refuses, blaming her for Andre's death, until Polarity confesses that Andre's death was his own fault. Cypher lures Marie to the training room, where chaos erupts. Jordan and Annabeth rush to help after another vision of Marie's death. At God U, Cypher controls the soups to attack Polarity while Marie finds Godolkin barely alive. She uses her powers to revive him, only for Cypher to collapse, revealing the shocking truth that Cypher is really Doug, a puppet controlled by Godolkin. Kate and Emma rush in to help Marie escape as Godolkin awakens, now ready to reclaim control over God U. The episode ends with him unleashing chaos, forcing weaker soups to kill themselves through psychic control. Next, we flash back to 1967, revealing how Godolkin survived the fire that supposedly killed him. He had injected himself with Compound V, the same variant used on Soldier Boy and Stormfront, granting him agelessness but leaving him scarred. In the present, Doug admits he's been under Godolkin's control since the 1990s. Godolkin's plan is clear: control Marie to eventually dominate Homelander himself. At God U, Godolkin manipulates Sister Sage, resetting student rankings and hosting a seminar to expand his control. He tests his psychic limits, turning the school into a massacre. Meanwhile, Marie's group reunites, forgiving Doug for his actions. Tragically, Black Noir ambushes them, killing Doug and capturing Polarity. Sage later frees Polarity from Vought's custody, realizing she's been used by Godolkin too. Marie reconciles with Kate and finally heals her, restoring her powers. Together, they infiltrate God U to stop Godolkin. With help from Jordan, Emma, and other students, including one who can mimic powers, they break into the training room. The mimic copies Godolkin's ability, freeing the mind-controlled Supes. Marie battles Godolkin directly, but he briefly takes control of her mind, forcing her to turn on her friends. Polarity arrives just in time, breaking the psychic link and helping Marie unleash her full power. In classic The Boys fashion, Marie ends the threat by blowing off Godolkin's head, finally killing him. Polarity urges the group to flee before Vought blames them for the massacre. As they go their separate ways, Polarity stays behind to redeem himself and continue Andre's legacy. The season closes with Starlight approaching the runaway group alongside A-Train, inviting them to join a growing resistance. The war against Vought and Homelander has just begun.